Hello and welcome to another BizzyWebinar. This is Dave Meyer with BizzyWeb, inviting you to join us today. And we've got a lot of content to get through to talk about lead generation, how to supercharge your sales funnel using online marketing. We'll get right into the agenda for today so that we can get moving for you and get you on to your day. First, we're going to talk about how to join us on Google for a Q&A. If you have questions during the event, this will be how to do it. And then we're going to talk a little bit about BizzyWeb and get right into the basics of lead generation. We're going to talk about how to optimize content for conversion, how to get found on search engines, how to leverage advertising to get your market clean and right out to who you need to reach. And then we're going to talk about CRM or customer relationship management and how to create a system to make sure that you continue to connect and reach out to the people that matter most. All right, let's get over to first our Q&A section and how to do that. I'm going to switch over to Google quick for that. And you'll note inside of today's event that there are two items inside of here. So we've got first the place that you're probably watching the video from right now is where you can press play to just join. However, if you would like to join us on Google+, there's a simple way to do that, and that's just to go through and click on this Google+ link that I've highlighted right here in blue. And if you click on that link, you need to input your Google account ID or just your email address, and Google will let you join to ask questions. So I'm going to do that for you right now. You'll see that it opens up a brand new window, so you don't need to worry about losing your space. But then from there, you'll note that there's a little play button in the video window, and it says Q&A and live. If you're watching this after the event, that live button won't be there anymore, but it'll still say Q&A. You can ask questions and we'll get notices if you ask questions at all during the event. If, however, you're feeling shy, don't want to ask questions live on the event via the chat tool, or if you'd rather just keep watching where you're browsing from, we'd encourage you to still send us in questions. And if you want to, easiest way to do that is to send in a note at dave@bizzyweb.com, and that note will go directly to me. So I'm going to click play here, and you'll note that a new window pops up. And from this window, the video will start auto playing. I'm going to press pause right now. But then over on the right-hand side of this embedded window, there's a big green button that says Ask a New Question. If you click that Ask a New Question button, you'll be able to ask your question here. And if you ask that question, hit the green Enter button. That'll pop up on my screen and yours. We'll be able to answer those during the event, and that gets logged and categorized. So if you have questions about how to generate leads for your business, or if you have any online marketing questions in general, feel free to drop those there, and I'll get to first the marketing and lead generation questions, but any of the other questions we'll take right at the end of the event. All right, that's our one space for admin details. Again, if you'd like to ask questions during the event, under number 1 on the page that you got the email from, simply click on this highlighted in blue for you right now, Google+ link. That's going to take you into this window where you'll be able to log in and ask a new question. All right, let's get back into business and talk about how we can help you with your online marketing. And to know that, you need to know who we are. BizzyWeb is an online marketing agency focused on two things: web design and online marketing. So we help our clients with a secure foundation in their marketing with their websites, and then we integrate and communicate to our clients' prospects and leads via all of the other tools in online marketing. Our team of 14 is based in Champlin, Minnesota. That's just about a half hour out of downtown Minneapolis, probably more like 15 minutes or 15 miles there if you don't have any traffic. And we do have clients all over the world and enjoy helping folks out on WordPress web design and, again, online marketing. So here's some examples of our work, what we do. Anything including search engine optimization, email marketing, content marketing, pay-per-click advertising, web hosting, anything that you need, BizzyWeb can help you with. That's our sales portion of the event. So let's get right into why you're here, how to figure out lead generation for your business. So there's a few things that I just wanted to cover before we get too deep into the tactics of lead generation. And inside of that, there's really some basic principles of marketing. Anyone who's hung out or been on these hangouts with me before knows that we really try to drive towards the communication basics when we're talking about online marketing. So you absolutely need to understand your market and your targets and who those folks are. 2 weeks ago, I had an entire webinar about target marketing. So if you're wondering how to identify and serve a target market, I would encourage you to check out the BizzyWebinar from 2 weeks ago. You need to understand that your marketing needs to be about the people that you're trying to reach. If we are selling drill bits in our businesses, the thing that we're selling is not a drill bit, it is the opportunity for a hole. So you need to focus on the holes that you fill for your clients, the answer that you solve to the question that they're asking. So when you think about this, having a website or having marketing that talks about you or what you do or how many years you've been in business, that's all important content to discern or to share, but it's not what you want to lead with. What you need to lead with on every bit of your online marketing is the good old what's in it for me, and write about that for your best clients. When you have your target market identified and you've identified the marketing persona for that target market, you have an idea of who that person is, what they do, what excites them, what interests them, and what methods they prefer to be communicated via, then you'll be able to reach into and connect with them where it matters most. So as you look at this, really the graphic on the page here really talks about how marketing has changed. It used to be that we would broadcast our messages to as many people as possible, and then we would work on converting a few of them, hope to convert a few more, and then keep a few. Now, we're building from our existing base, by and large, and just being who we are to as many people as possible. And then we let our customers refer, convert, and find new customers for us. That is one of the basic lead tenet or lead generation tenets as you look at how to continue to grow your business. Keep being awesome, let people share how awesome you are, and make sure that you track it as to who you're getting referrals from and who those referrals are, so that you can be the best possible solution for those folks. It all comes down to really presenting yourself professionally. If you don't have a great website, a website that's mobile responsive and that displays properly no matter what device you're on, if you don't have social media marketing that backs up your messaging and that is not regularly updated, and if you don't email to your clients at all, or if your email marketing is subpar, or it's just an email that you're sending out via your Outlook folder, you're not doing yourself any favors. It's relatively easy now with the technology that's available to present a consistent, unified, expert, professional view of your business. The more you can do to reassure people that you're worth working with and that you understand what their needs are and how to serve them, the better off you're going to be. And of course, as soon as you reach those folks, again, on the flipping the marketing upside down, it's most important that you follow up with your clients now versus just trying to broadcast as much as possible. It's a lot harder to capture a new lead than it is to convert an existing client into doing something more or something additional. As a matter of fact, out of all of the marketing activities that we do in a general basic day, about 90% of what we get as business tends to come from our existing client base or people that already know us. That 10% that's left, companies often get confused or get too caught up in trying to continue to capture that last 10%, the folks that have never heard of us, and driving that. Now, of course, if you're a retail-focused organization that only sells widgets or sells a particular product, you're going to need to continue to drive more leads into your business. But my guess is for most, especially B2B businesses, you're going to see more traction, more immediate results, and it's going to be much less expensive to just do a great job of following up and asking your clients for referrals. Social media does this automatically. Email marketing does this very well. Constant contact emails that we send to our clients, one of the prominent items and features on every email that's sent by us and our clients when we're doing it for them is the refer us to a friend function and tool. It makes it very simple for people that already like you to continue to share. or for people that know you and that are already working with you to continue to do more with you. The key in here in all of this is that marketing is measurement. And so you need to make sure that everything that you do, you're somehow tracking. Could be an Excel spreadsheet, could be a very dramatic or very indoctrinated suite of tools, such as Google Analytics, Facebook Insights, or any of the other things that we talked about just last week in our online measurement tools or in the BizzyWebinar from last week about measurement. But make sure that you're measuring your marketing so that you can continue to do what's working and adjust and move forward from the things that aren't getting the results that you're looking for. So in general, that covers the basic principles of your online marketing. So now let's talk about a few of the specific tools inside of marketing that can help you grow your business. First, inside of your business, you're going to want to focus on optimizing your content to generate additional leads. Now, what that means is that you need to focus on your customer and write for that customer so that they understand what you can do for them. How can you help them with what hurts? Think of yourself as a doctor, and your client, your patient, has just stepped in the door. You don't move right in to try to sell them a new appendix, although some might, I suppose. But good doctors don't move right to solutions. They ask a number of questions. What you want to do is let your visitors, your prospects in your marketing, self-select in by asking those questions in advance. If you have frequently asked questions on your website, if you have questions that you know that every one of your prospects is asking or that your current clients are asking on a regular basis that you could help them with, featuring those in posts on your website that are then simultaneously shared across the rest of your social network and your email. And with BizzyWeb, we build this inside of our websites so that you can publish to your website, and then your website publishes on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, Tumblr, Google+, and more. And then seamlessly also integrates with your email marketing to populate your newsletters. All of that can help grow the message by reaching out to the appropriate people at the right time. It all comes from knowing your customer and writing your content in such a way that you're directly answering their questions, figuring out what hurts for them, and proving to them and showing them a clear path to how they can work with you to get their problems solved. Inside of email, it's even easier because it's simple to send out notes to your existing clients. And like I said, this is probably one of the least expensive methods of marketing there is. With email, in particular, inside of your marketing messaging emails, less is absolutely more. If you want to get people to take the next step and to ask for help, to call you, to download a form, to register for an event, or to make a sale, add fewer links to your website versus more. If you have one link on your website, you're going to get the most clicks. If you ask for two, you might get some, but the clicks really start to drop off at 3 or more. And 5 or more, you're going to get almost no clicks on your emails. Half of those emails that people see are now read on mobile devices. And if they have to scroll much beyond that first swipe with their thumbs, you're probably going to lose them. And so make sure that you get right to the point. Let them drill in for more information if they want more info. You don't have to give an entire article in every single email. And as a matter of fact, having a brief intro to your messaging and letting them click to visit your website for more information is a much more effective method of getting them the information that they want without overwhelming them, but also giving you incredibly valuable competitive intelligence because you'll know exactly who is interested in each marketing message. So with BizzyWeb, for example, we follow and focus on the types of clients that are clicking on specific deals, offers, specials, or opportunities that we make available inside of our email marketing. For example, I'll be talking at the end about our Honey of the Deal promotion that gives you up to $1,000 off on your email marketing programs with BizzyWeb. We are actively connecting with the folks that are reaching out and asking us for more information for that special offer. So if you're interested in that, you'll be getting a note. And if you'd like us to contact you, just give us a click and we'll connect if you want us to reach out. So very simple, very easy, but email, especially email marketing tools like Constant Contact, make this very easy. I talked a little bit about the content and how you can write for your audience. And here's some examples of those questions that your clients may be asking and great ways that you can answer those questions inside of your content. So if you're a plumber, for example, your clients might be asking, how do I ensure my pipes won't burst this winter? The content that you would deliver that would answer that question before they ask it is 5 ways to protect your pipes from freezing this winter. Again, you're getting into your best prospects or your existing customers' heads and providing help to get them what they need the most simply and easily possible, possible. Number 2, how do I deduct mileage I drive from work to home each day? Answers to your top 3 mileage deduction questions. You get right to the heart of what they are looking for. What's a simple way to pick the red wine? Red or white? 5 simple wine pairing tips. How do I get more people to show up at my events? 10 ways to sell more tickets for your next event. All of these are customer focused. They're prospect focused. They don't focus on how amazing or cool you are. They don't focus on how many years you've been in business or your employees. What they focus on is what your clients' issues are, and it provides them with a ready-built answer to how they can work with you. All of these are short, simple, and follow the 2-2-2 rule. And that 2-2-2 rule, especially with email subject lines, is inside of the first 2 words, you should give them some sort of a hook to get them to the next step. Inside of the first 2 seconds, when they're reading that subject line, they need to understand what's in it for them, and you need to tell them what to do today. So 5 ways to protect, answers to your top 3 questions, 5 simple wine pairing tips, 10 ways to sell more tickets. All of those are time-based and give your clients, your visitors, your prospects something to immediately look for, do, or benefit from immediately. Once you have your content down, of course, you need to format that content to get it found correctly on search engines. The art of SEO, or search engine optimization, is really all about content. The more helpful content you can deliver to your clients and prospects, the better your natural search engine optimization is going to be, given you abide by a few handy tips. First, you need to make sure that your content is unique and helpful. If you subscribe to a content delivery service, the first place or the canonical version of that information gets all of the search engine credit. So don't subscribe to content to get help with search engine optimization. It's great for engaging folks that have already found your website, but as a search engine play, having repurposed content or subscription-based content where you just repurpose someone else's information does not help you as a general rule. Once you get in, don't overdo those keywords. And as you look at the guidelines, you need to have what's called meta titles. And that's the title that you tell Google to display on your articles. Those need to be 60 characters or less. Meta descriptions are the quick and short descriptions that are available on each of those pages. And that needs to be 155 characters or less. And for every image that you have on your website, you need to tell Google what that image is and align any keywords to that image so that Google knows to apply that to your content. If Google doesn't know what an image is, it doesn't know how to help you with that or how to rank it. The best thing you can do is to have direct content that's written about and for your clients that highlights and focuses on the keywords you're trying to reach. And of course, those keywords are what your clients are likely to type into their search engines when they're looking to purchase something from you. And then to make that semantically formatted correctly so that it looks good to Google and Google understands what you're trying to relay and display. There's all kinds of crazy stuff that you can do for SEO. And I have SEO, search engine optimization webinars in our archive. There's actually a handy overview that we published as a blog just a few weeks ago that had 4 BizzyWebinars that cover search engine optimization. So if you're interested in any of that, please search back on that. Just type SEO into our search box and you can get those articles right away. Next step, if you want to get found, especially if you have a local business, is to localize your content. In order to get found nearby, you need to focus on Google My Business, Google Plus Local, Yahoo, Bing, Yelp, Foursquare, Swarm, and those other regular and location-specific places. The one thing that I recommend all of my clients do is just to simply visit Moz Local, M-O-Z Local. This is a screenshot from Moz Local to get that set up. What Moz Local will do is just like on this page, you're going to enter in your business name and your zip code, and then you can check your business listing. What Moz Local does is it it searches for your business on all of the networks that I mentioned, plus about a dozen more, and it tells you how well you are optimized for each of those places. Here's the big win. For free, Moz Local also gives you one-click links to set up accounts that you might not have completed. So if you don't have a Google My Business account, and if you don't have a Google Plus Local page, Moz Local will give you a one-click link in order to set up that account. Same thing for the Yahoo business page, the Bing business page, for the local page on Yelp to get you set up on Yelp. All of those things are easy and set up right there. Or if you would like help to get that done much quicker, easier, and consistently, you can simply pay Moz Local $50 a year to have them do this for you. Very simple, very easy. It's a service that we could offer at BizzyWeb, but it's so much cheaper and so much easier that we just refer all of our friends and clients to Moz Local for this, because there's no way we can compete, and I'd much rather just get you to the best tools. The key also is to make sure that you look great on mobile and that you're optimized for your location. We all carry supercomputers in our pockets now, and those supercomputers know and relay to Google where you are whenever you're searching. More than half of people are now primarily searching on their mobile devices for anything that they're trying to find online. And if you're stuck in a line somewhere, or if you're sitting in a meeting or having coffee with a friend and you happen to mention something that someone else is interested in, they're likely just to pop their phone out and to make that search immediately right there. If you don't have a well-optimized local listing, you're not going to show up as nearly as high as you need to, and you need to show up on the first page if you want to get found on mobile devices. Now, if you have a well-optimized local page, your likelihood of getting found dramatically increases. Even if you have competition that is actively and aggressively advertising for the keywords that you find, if that person is physically located closer to you at the time that they're making the search, you're going to show up on top. So make sure that you have those local pages set up. And again, just go to Moz Local, M-O-Z Local, to get your listing set up and tested. The test is free. There's one-click links into the Moz Local listings. And if you want to pay Moz to help take care of that for you, again, I think it's one of the easiest and simplest deals in marketing. But I would encourage you to check that out and to do that. Now, if you've localized, you're optimized, you've got great content, the next thing that you need to do is drive traffic with advertising. I'm going to take one second and just check that we don't have questions. We have a bunch of viewers here today. For the 10 people that are online, if you do have any questions, again, as a reminder, you can simply click under number 1 above the embedded video and click on that Google Plus link that I have highlighted here. It's going to take you into a page that looks like this, and you can just click the green button to ask a new question at any time. All right, let's get back into it and talk about advertising. Google ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn, Pinterest, all of them have advertising opportunities now. And really, the free ride has more or less ended, especially on Facebook, without goosing the results with advertising. In the olden days, if you had 1,000 followers on Facebook or 1,000 likes on Facebook, you could count on at least 400 or 300 to 400 people would see anything that you posted on your website or on your Facebook page. That's called the edge rank. And the edge rank used to be in the 30 to 40% range. That number has now dropped to less than 3%. So you can typically count for 1,000 people to have 30 or less people see your article that you've posted to your Facebook page. That's the bad news. The good news, however, is that with Google Ads, Pinterest, Facebook, LinkedIn ads, you can very inexpensively and with incredible precision target exactly the people that are most interested in your content. I published an entire BizzyWebinar on how to target your markets and how to reach out to specific people using Facebook as a tool just a couple of weeks ago, or about 4 weeks ago, I believe. And so if you check out that BizzyWebinar, there's a lot more information about how to target. But if you're reaching out to exactly the right people, and you can hit them with a message that underlines that you understand their issues, you're much more likely to land that sale. In addition, you may have noticed that when you search for something online, say if you're at Amazon.com and you're looking for a trinket or a tool, perhaps a leaf blower, and you might find wherever else you go on the web, that leaf blower all of a sudden is magically showing up. Well, it's not really magic. It's called retargeting. And you can set your advertisements to retarget people that are most interested in your content. So if you've Googled something and searched for it, if you've clicked on it and Google tracks that link, which they do, of course, or on Facebook, if you visit something on Amazon.com, there's a high likelihood that there's a tracking cookie that's been associated with your browser, and you're going to continue to see that. You can do that for your clients. And again, if you're hitting them with something that's relevant to their interests, that meets a specific need for them, and that respects the relationship that you have with your clients, you're not being spammy or scammy or trying to fool them into something. It's a very effective way to use advertising to directly reach and get to the attention of the people that you're trying to connect with. The key in advertising is to start small, test early and often. And if you're at all concerned about this, I would highly encourage you to hire a professional to help you with this. BizzyWeb, of course, offers our Buzz Builders marketing programs, and we include at least 20% of our Buzz Builders marketing budgets to be dedicated towards advertising. And so if you're thinking about doing some online marketing and you want to get better at reaching the exact right people, advertising is one of the best ways to do that. You can do A/B testing or test 2 different versions of your marketing messages. And it's an incredibly effective way to generate additional buzz on small budgets. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars a month unless you're in a very competitive field and trying to compete for a very competitive keyword. But what you can do is specifically reach out to exactly the right people and get out to them the messages that they're interested in, and test to continue to improve your messaging. As far as keyword selection, your goal is to be concentrated and focus on terms for your target audience. There's a Google AdWords keyword planner, and the best way to get to that is to just Google the Google keyword planning tool, and that's going to tell you the level of competition that you're facing for any given keyword, and it'll also recommend other keywords that might be more effective for you inside of that marketing budget. As an example, you can see you should have your keywords in your URL for any pages. So if you have content or a blog post that you'd like to focus on, having your keyword in the URL of the article. So for example, small business SEO guide is SEO is probably the keyword here, or small business would be a keyword for that article. Making sure that your content semantically matches who you're trying to reach is a very good way to reach out specifically to the exact people you're trying to get to. As far as the advertising budgets, and what all of this stuff means. Here's a very brief tutorial on what some of the common jargon is in advertising. CPM is cost per 1,000 impressions. What you'll see on CPM, and this largely applies to Google and Facebook, is if you're looking for overall visibility, just trying to find as many people as possible and broadcast an event or do some branding content, CPM is a great way to go. It tends to be less expensive overall for the reach that you get. But again, if all you're doing is getting content in front of people, it's harder to get real measurable results via a CPM method. Put it this way, if I reach out to 5,000 people, or if my CPM is supposed to reach 5,000 people, there's no guarantee that those people are going to be looking at my ad. All that the CPM model guarantees is that your ad shows up on the page that 5,000 people visit. So there's no guarantee of actual action. Stepping up one more level, CPC is cost per click. And you may have heard of PPC advertising or pay per click. Pay per click is great to drive traffic to websites or to opportunities, but again, not necessarily actions. What you're trying to do is encourage people to click, and you only pay for the clicks that people do. So if you had a CPM of 5,000 and 50 people clicked on that message, that's where you would see, you would pay for those 50 clicks. And cost per click advertising tends to be more expensive. But again, you can set your limits as small as 10 or 15 or $50 and make leveraged bets about who you're going to reach. With this advertising, you can also set the best times to send. So if you know that your specific audience is most likely to be checking their messages or Googling at a specific time, you can reach those people. You can set negative keywords so that people that are searching for other things that might be ancillary or share similar keywords but don't have anything to do with your business wouldn't show up. So you can do all of that to help your advertising be more leveraged and effective. A final option is OCPM, and that's optimized cost per 1,000 clicks, or cost per action marketing. And that's to get a download of a document, for example. It's really cost per conversion. So those technically are usually a little bit more technically challenging. They require a conversion pixel, more advanced methods. You have to embed additional code into your websites and have a more leveraged and detailed method of action to get people there, but can be very worth it if you're trying to get people to specifically do something. OCPM and especially CPA are often used with e-commerce, with people that are trying to sell something specific online. So they might do a CPA campaign against people that actually buy their products. And for example, if you're selling light bulbs or some high ticket items via your website, you might be able to afford to spend quite a bit, up to $30 or $40 per click, if you know that people are actually going to purchase that item off of that link. If it costs you $30 and it's a $300 parcel that you get $45 worth of profit off of, well, you're still profitable inside of that $30 spend. So you have to leverage this and balance it and kind of work it backwards from how many clicks, how many views, how many actions do I need in order to continue to grow my business. And if you look at marketing in general as a method of essentially feeding a revenue generation machine, that's where advertising in particular can be a very leveraged tool. This tends to be confusing, so I'm just going to check. I don't see any questions here, but I see a lot of folks on, actually even more people on, so welcome to the new folks that have joined the webinar. As we talk more about this, it's important. You've set up your content, you've optimized it for search engines, now you've advertised against it, you're getting all of these leads in, you've got a great email marketing campaign. The last and most important thing, perhaps, is to create a system to track and nurture your leads. the CRM system or customer relationship management system that you use is important. And this is something that I see businesses tend to not emphasize nearly enough. BizzyWeb, for example, uses a tool called Zoho CRM, and our CRM system automatically generates reminders and connections. We enter in everything that we talk to out of anyone that we connect with into our CRM system. And then once you track every connection and set realistic follow-up steps for those opportunities or those conversion ideals, you can track those prospects as A, B, or C as to the likelihood of them turning into a new client, and you can market accordingly. If you have folks in your pipeline that you know are going to be a sure thing or that are more likely than not to work with you, you're obviously going to want to spend more time marketing to that person. So you might give them an extra call or visit them. If you have a B-level person or someone that will probably work with you someday, you might want to send them a specific email, subscribe them, or encourage them to subscribe to your email newsletter. And you may give them a call or an email once a quarter to just continue to connect with them and to keep that lead warm. If they're a C client, they're not often or likely to be working with you in the near future, but they have some value to you and would be helpful to keep connected with. Then perhaps they just stay on the email marketing newsletters so that you can reach out and give them specific content that, again, offers them real value, gets them to the next step for their business, and keeps reminding them that you're around. So you can do all of those things inside of a decent CRM. You'll see in this screenshot with Zoho in particular, the tool that we use. And again, I get no kickback or affiliation with Zoho. I just really like the tool. It's very similar to Salesforce, but you can track your sales pipeline. It has very good graphical representation of what's in your pipeline by stage. And it helps you manage, especially if you have a sales team, the activities that it takes to get to the next conversion. So you can track your activities, you can track your effectiveness, you can track the time, and most importantly, you can just keep yourself organized so that you can continue to reach out to the people that matter most, to the most proper and effective leads, and hopefully generate more business for yourself. Inside of all of this, you really need to make sure that you're using everything that I talked about today in equal form. And to do that, I always encourage our clients to use their website effectively as the foundation for everything else in their marketing. You need to get your calls to action above the fold and very clear on your homepage. Your website needs to be mobile responsive so that Google will display you in mobile search results. And then if you integrate social media, you can post on your website and let your website publish helpful and effective links and content out to all of your social networks and your emails. All of that drives back to your website, which in turn increases your search engine optimization or enhances your page rank. Include contact and subscribe forms to continue to grow your marketing list. BizzyWeb has gone from about 700 to about 7,000 contacts over the past year and a half, since we really started getting serious about collecting and connecting with people that matter most and treating them respectfully and via a lead generation, nurturing, just being as helpful as humanly possible mode of communication. And so you'll probably see the same result. And then, of course, be sure to follow up with that email to keep your products and services top of mind. If you don't pay attention to email marketing, if you're not already using a tool like Constant Contact, I would definitely encourage you to invest that money. For as little as $35 a month, you can get a tool that would help you reach out with the clients and the connections that matter most to you and keep all of this in a timely system that you can use to send out different things to different people. You can automatically respond and send out notes to people without your input at all, so that if someone registers for a new seminar or if someone downloads a white paper off of your website, you can send them a series of marketing messages designed to get them to take that next step and essentially let them sell themselves on your services before you ever contact them. In summary, BizzyWeb can help you with all of those things, whether it's web design and helping you get a tool that'll help you generate leads, buzz, and response inside of the first 10 seconds that they visited your website and help you nurture and connect your leads. With web hosting and, of course, with online marketing, we can help you grow your business. Our Buzz Builders online marketing services are among the best in the business, and we actually have a honey of a deal promotion right now, where if you subscribe for our Buzz Builders marketing services, you can get $1,000 off the 12-month commitment. And so if you're interested in that, we'd love to talk to you about getting your online marketing off and running. In essence, if you're thinking about or considering hiring someone onto your staff to take care of your online marketing, BizzyWeb can do that more efficiently with an entire team that's going to be less expensive than if you were to just hire someone off the street or out of a university. So be sure to connect up with us on that. And then finally, be sure to check us out and connect up with us about online marketing and subscribe to our BizzyWebinars. If you go to BizzyWeb.com/events, there's a good chance that you know about this already. Next week, we're going to talk about harnessing the power of mobile. And then on the 30th, we're going to talk about our year in review and my predictions for 2016. We hope that you've gotten a lot out of this today. If you're wondering how well you're doing for your website and would like some handy tips on how to optimize your website better, if you go to BizzyWeb.com/buzz and fill out the Buzz Report form, you'll get a report back within 2 minutes that will give you up to 10 pages of information, including a handy checklist on what you can do to improve your results. Again, be sure to check out our Honey of a Deal promotion if you're interested in online marketing services. Be sure to connect up. If I don't talk to you, have a very happy holiday and a happy new year, but I hope to see you on the 23rd for the Harness the Power of Mobile or on the 30th for the year in review. Again, I'm Dave Meyer with BizzyWeb. Thank you very much for joining us. And remember, at BizzyWeb, we help you generate buzz without getting stung. Have a great week.